welcome to Government Class. In today's Government Class, we'll be looking at some of the advantages of a written constitution. The following are the essential merits, benefits, or importance of written constitution, or the reasons for adopting written constitution by some countries of the world. First, easy accessibility. Easy accessibility. Written constitutions provide documented laws, principles, rules, regulations which can be consulted and referred to at all times. When we started this series of classes on constitution, I gave an example regarding the fact that growing up, we had a constitution in our family because it was quite a large family in order to ensure that everybody did their duties and there was peace and order in the house. So our mom would actually write this constitution and then she would paste it on the fridge, and we had another copy in the kitchen. So that constitution stated that when we all had to wash plates because it was a rotation, it stated how we were to wash the plates, and at so time, mommy doesn't want any plate here anymore. So we could call that a constitution because it clearly states all this thing out. Now, before we had that constitution in written form, it was in an unwritten form. But the problem with it being in an unwritten form was the fact that someone could easily say, no, mommy said I wash plates on Wednesday, not Tuesday. And so it's like everybody start thinking, did mommy say Tuesday or Wednesday? We are not sure any longer. So to ensure that everybody knows, and we can, the fact that we already wrote it down and we could refer back to it, we could go back and say, oh, it's on the fridge. Mommy pasted it on the fridge. Let's just go check the fridge to know who is supposed to wash on Tuesday. Who's supposed to wash plates on Tuesday? Who's supposed to sweep on Saturday? Who's supposed to cook on Thursday? So we could always go back to the fridge where the constitution was pasted and refer back to it. So this is one of the advantages of a written constitution. Easy accessibility. The constitution could be consulted and referred to at all times. Another advantage of written constitution is easy documentation. It is a written constitution is a type of constitution which provides all laws and rules relating to the organs of government, political systems, rights and obligations of citizens in a codified and documented version. So, easy documentation is one of the advantages of written documentation. It allows us to be able to write all of this in a codified and documented version. Another advantage of a written constitution is the amendment process. Written constitution always states clearly the process, the procedure, and the methods of amending its original form to reflect the current political, economic, and social developments. When we're looking at some of the reasons why we need a constitution, or some of the features or scopes, when we're looking at the features or scopes of a constitution, we talked about the fact that in a constitution, we have the process of amendment. Why do you think we need to have a process of amendment in a constitution? Because with time, we all change. Change is constant in life. In the olden days, there were certain technologies that we do not have now. For example, we did not have the internet in the, when we're still in the 1990s, the internet was not something so prominent as it is now. Now that we have the internet, the government has already looked at this and found out that the internet has the ability to destroy a lot of things. So they have to set in rules and regulations that ensure that there are limits to what we can use the internet for. So because as individuals and life itself is ever changing, the constitution too will change from time to time. For example, going back to the example I made while I was growing up and we had a constitution clearly pasted on the fridge in our house. As time went by, my older sister got to university. When she got to the university, mommy removed her name from the list of those who had to do chores, and then someone else had to cover up for that position. And then my younger brother was the youngest of us, or he was already able to do some tasks, and then everybody's activities and duties were just replaced. So if this was what you were doing before, you go to the next level like that. Why? Because change is constant. She's now in the university, she's not at home with us anymore. Somebody has to do the work. So because change is constant, we need to have processes for amendments in the constitution, and that is what a written constitution does. It clearly states the process and the procedures and the methods of amending the constitution from its original form to reflect this political, economic, and social developments that we have in the country. Another advantage of a written constitution is it is for public consumption. Since a written constitution can't be found in a single document, it is easy for individuals and interested persons in a country to consult it for guidance and action. So because we have the constitution in a written form, it is easy for us as individuals to consult this constitution for guidance and for action, in order to know that we are doing the right thing. We are not overcrossing our power, we are not passing our power. We did not overstep the rights of another person. A written constitution ensures that we all can consult it for guidance and action. Another advantage of a written constitution is it prevents conflict. Due to the fact that the provisions of the constitutions are inscribed and entrenched in a single document, it prevents or minimizes any form of conflict or dispute in the country, because we can easily go back to it for reference and consultation. So, because we have the constitution in a written form, we can reduce conflict. Let's go back to the example I've been making over and over again. So, when we were growing up, we had this constitution on our fridge that clearly states when to wash plates, who to wash plates, when to sweep the house, who is going to sweep it. So, in order to avoid conflict between ourselves, that I'm the one that swept yesterday, I'm not sweeping today, I'm the one that swept last week, I won't be sweeping tomorrow, so that those things will not occur, the constitution prevented conflict, because everybody already knew the days they were going to wash plates, the days they were going to sweep. So what a written constitution does is that it reduces or minimizes any form of conflict that can come up, because we can easily go back to it for reference and consultation. This we've come to the end of this class. In the course of this class, we looked at some of the advantages of a written constitution, and we talked about the fact that it prevents conflict, it is available for public consumption, it clearly states the amendment procedure, it is there for easy documentation and easy accessibility. And I'll see you at the next class.